Why crime dramas like Law Order SVU are comfort viewing, the familiarity of fear. We all have our own definition of comfort viewing, the TV shows we turn to after a long, hard day or just before we drift off to sleep. It could be the familiar rhythms of a long-running comedy like 30 Rock, the latest dramatic installment of Grey's Anatomy, or a show about rape and murder like Law and Order SVU. While it might seem counterintuitive to find solace in a dark crime drama, experts who study the impact of pop culture on our perception of reality have a different perspective. Dr. Lisa Court Butler explains, it's a grim universe. Some folks want to escape from that in some way. Comedy does that, but some of us want to know there's something steady in the world. These crime shows, although they are grim, are steady on the side of right. As a sociologist who studies media representations of crime and justice, Court Butler has observed that the comfort we derive from these shows often stems from their inherent formula. It's comforting because you know the story, she says. It's the same reason kids watch the same things over and over again, because they know what to expect out of it. This formula is something Dr. Andrew Selepak, a professor at the University of Florida, describes in terms that kids can understand. We like the fact that within an hour, there's a crime, and by the end they catch the criminal. The bad guys usually get caught and the good guys win. The classic white hat cowboy defeats the black hat cowboy. That, in a way, is comforting, as opposed to real life, where the majority of murders in a city like Chicago don't even get solved. However, shows like SVU go beyond the simple good guy, bad guy narrative. The investigation process, a crime is committed, the cops investigate, a suspect is identified, done, remains remarkably consistent. Forensic psychiatrist Dr. Susan Hatters-Friedman explains, it's comforting because we know how it's going to end up, and you feel mastery over that. This predictability allows viewers to feel safe in a potentially traumatizing environment. Even though each episode is different, there is a pattern to how they're presented. Dr. Sharon Lauricella, a scholar in communication and digital media studies who has specifically studied the impact of watching crime procedurals on viewers, notes that 25 years ago, research in this area was largely focused on the impact of crime procedurals on the audience. Do they make people more paranoid? Do they make people feel unsafe? Most of the research found that it didn't really make people feel unsafe. It didn't give people paranoia, locking their doors, things like that. So then the focus of media research changed to, well, why do people watch these things anyway? In Lauricella's research, she found that half the participants in her study population said they watched crime procedurals because of curiosity. How do the police work? What are the steps in figuring out a crime? How does the legal system work? However, there is a legitimate reason to worry that people accept what they see on TV as reality. Hatters-Friedman mentions the CSI effect, named after the 2000 to 2015 series and its spin-offs, which refers to how real-life juries today are so used to all the evidence they bring to court on TV shows to prove someone's guilty. It's all this pseudoscientific stuff, like they come back with a DNA test the next day, whereas in real life, it takes time. That's not how the real world works. In conclusion, while crime dramas like Law Order SVU may provide comfort viewing for some, it's important to remember that they are fictional and should not be taken as a realistic representation of crime and justice.